And now we're going to the last build of the three, which is the solo boss build, what I call it. You don't have something like that. At least I didn't find something like that on the builds. But this is basically just optimizing you to do a lot of damage just for yourself, just being kind of self-sustained, and also give you some sort of survivability. So if you're doing the, basically, there are not many situations where you're going to use that, and I'm going to test it out soon. You're really going to use that only in secret dungeons, which are solo, but well, basically you will solo these every week, some of them for the weekly contracts. Otherwise, they're just done once, and then you have Gate of Infinity. But the regular ones are super easy anyway, so we're not going to talk about that. But the Gate of Infinity are like properly buffed, and so you want to make sure that you have optimal build, so you get like higher ranks here. As long as you want to push this to be 3 minutes or less, you get the full rewards. Otherwise, all you gotta do is just defeat it, but mostly you will defeat it anyway. Now, as you can see, my stats are way worse because basically, and you can see some people are like incredibly fast, right? And this is based on your build, so don't worry about other type of weapons doing more damage. This is always relevant to your weapon combination. So this is Crusader, which means sword and greatsword, and these are the timers. So these guys are probably super maxed out. You don't have to worry about that. Just want to make sure that you hit below 3 minutes. Now, obviously, with my builds, before that I had a different build, and the gear was very similar. So I had this kind of timer on this one, and that's here, but that's not nearly good enough. I just managed to get 1 star on both of them. So for the solo boss build, again, Cruise Smite, Shield Strike, Cross Cleaving, Dead Blow, Cleaving Roar, Da Vinci's Courage. Now I got Wheel Breaker here, Stunning Blow, Guillotine Blade, Counter Barrier, Immortal Pride, and Great Fury. With the passives, we still get Robust Constitution, Fight of Force, Cold Warrior, Indomitable Armor, Skillful Evasion, Resilient Mind, Aegis Shield, and Spectrum of Agony. Now, you may see that this is very similar to the open world arm, however I changed a couple of things. So now you don't need the things that are related to multiple targets. You want to have as much defense as possible and sustain. So now we get the armor to sustain a bit more, and we keep the Spectrum of Agony for damage. We don't need that for multiple targets. I mean, even if it's fewer targets or less, that's still giving you some bonus, but I just had to make a compromise, and I feel like the Skillful Evasion, especially if I level it up a bit more, it's going to be more decent for us as well. But this is the big question here. Now, this could be decent versus ranged enemies, but if you're doing solo bosses, then that's not going to work too much, and then it's against provoked targets. You may want to change that, and I might as well actually just change it right now because it just doesn't seem that right. However, the main problem here would be to make sure that we've got this to proc more often, so we store mana. Otherwise, I was using Victor's Morale. Keep in mind, depending on your builds, you may have Duke Magna Provoking Warblade, which gives you Duke Magna Taunt on Valiant Brow hit has 42% chance to apply Weaken Provoke for 3 seconds. Now, Valiant Brow is basically Cruise Smite. You should be doing is remove the Skillful Evasion, pop this for extra mana and HP sustain. It's not a huge thing. HP is not that much of a problem anyway, but we do need the mana. So we're gonna pop this here for now. And on solo boss, you're not gonna have support of teammates. Make sure you can sustain your mana and HP. So the skill spec here would be pretty much, again, Shield Strike. Don't care about aggro, don't care about multi-targets, so just pop it there. Counter Barrier, again, we got the damage. Cleaving Roar, pretty much the same thing, cooldown, decrease, and that's just for endurance. Great Fury now, this is changed. Obviously now it's just you for solo bosses, so you can just change it to Stalwart Ego, and now this is going to give you 127 skill damage boost instead of 91, which is about 36 extra skill damage boost just for you. Then the only thing that we have here is Immortal Pride. Again, this time just keep it these health regen to 100% and just massive defense, like we said, whenever you expect huge damage on you. And then for the Greatsword, there it is, the Cruise Smite for the AoE attacks. I mean, this may not be the most useful now because technically you're not going to have AoE stuff, so you can change that, and potentially we'll see what we can pop here in a second. That's the skill damage boost. Then for the Stunning Blow, pretty much the same thing, extra damage on this one. Then Dead Blow would go for charge for extra damage, and cooldown decrease, extra damage. Da Vinci, again, whenever you apply Weaken, I believe that this removes the attack speed bonus, but I cannot guarantee. So that's why another option, another reason not to use Da Vinci's Chill. Effect duration 3 seconds increase, damage reduction increase, and recover HP. Cross Cleaving, again, frost cleaving for extra damage, extra attack speed, and skill crit hit chance. Wheel breaker, you don't really need anything on it. You could be decreasing the evasion, but generally speaking, you should be able to hit the bosses like all the time anyway. That's for PvP once again. You don't care about aggro, and you don't want to do AoE damage because it's just one target that you want to focus on. Guillotine blades, again, no AoE, you just need charge for extra damage. And now once we remove that, we can figure out we got 6 points. You can either pop one that's 5 points or 2 specs that have like 3 points each. So you have to think about that. Now we're gonna make sure that Violent Bro will apply 100% sure the provoke. You're not gonna be able to do prone as a solo, so you don't need that. Basically what I believe is the only reasonable thing we can pop is additional damage on the Cleaving Roar. So that should be fine for this build. Now, as we talked about all these things, we can pretty much go and test it out. So I'm gonna try this one and hopefully I can change that time. I can make a better time, at least get to star below 5 minutes. And this is really close, 6 seconds. So this should be doing a bit more damage than my last try. Also, another thing that you can do, play around with foods. Like you have a couple of different foods you can use. Mostly one of these is utility, which should be like healing and regen and stuff like that. HP is a bit better option because it's actually the more HP you have, the more offensive stats you also have because of Vital Force. It increases your crit hit chance, Q damage boost, and stun chance per 100 of max HP up to 30,000. So again, that's the 30,000 limit that we talk about. 31, so you're gonna get 31 skill damage boost, and stun chance will be 42 for 10,000 HP. So we have almost double that. So yeah, the more you increase, the better. And the offensive one could be this one if you want. That's bonus damage plus skill damage boost or something else. But I'm going to be running these two right now because I just have like a lot of bullshits here. So I'm just going to get this going. So let's go to Secret Dungeon, get Affinity. Let's try this guy. Either way, like you get much better option for Greatsword as well. Like Weaken Provoke's not really that huge. If you get, I think, a Dentus Greatsword, you get extra damage based on your HP as well. So that's huge, by the way, min and max damage. And you want to definitely get like some much better traits. HP on Greatswords offhand, you really don't need that. Anyway, so let's just go around and try to do the rotation. I mean, I might make some mistakes, but I'm gonna try not to pop the buffs. It's really not huge, as you can see. Still something, right? For mana, and let's go. There we go, got this one. Try to go as high as possible. As a tank, if you have proper gear, you don't have to go all the way up. You can survive even at this range. Now, there we go. He did dodge this, which was a bit tricky. And that was a bit tricky. Yeah, we lost the boost, but You could also morph here if you want, if you're more confident. But as you can see, the damage is really not that high. Oopsie. I'm a bit greedy here, but yeah. We failed the first mark, but that should be okay too. Yep. So it seems like my damage is not as high as I think it would have been. I think it should be a bit higher, to be honest. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with the rotation. Still, we should be able to get this under 5 minutes, unless he gets into another phase by then. And we failed the rotation here because he just oh well, we failed this one as well. Oops, that's too bad. I mean, we still have a chance to get it under 5 minutes, but we have to be super fast right now. He got such a little bit of HP. Either way, we still failed under 3 minutes. And the mechanic's a bit funny. You just have to be super fast with this shit. Well, that was a bit overkill, but yeah. We did a better time with like over 20 seconds, I think. So either way, this was still a better build than the last one. Just show you something here. If you look at all the 3 builds, if you're running something like that and you have like, either if you have like 2 builds, but now if you have 3 builds, make sure that most of the skills that you use on every single build, because you're going to have some skills that are basically the same on every single build. As you can see, I try to maintain them on the same position so that whenever you change, it's going to be much easier for you to get used to the different build, because most of the skills that are the same are going to be on the same slot. My cleaving or provoking roar is always here on the same slot. Da Vinci is always in the same spot. Great Fury or Bastion, either way, is on the same slot. Cross cleaving is the same slot as well. Basically, a lot of the things. I didn't really test it out too much, but I did manage to improve my time anyway. So that must be working something, right? With this one, it's a bit tricky because he has really funny mechanics. So you may get lucky. So it's going to have a huge impact on a bit on the RNG, but let's just check it out. So this one, going in, we're going to buff ourselves up again. So with this one, we just have to pay attention to the mechanics, a bit funny. So let's go for it. Let's try this. So the timer should start when the boss is out, by the way. I want to make sure that he hits him. Well, I managed to just... Yeah. So follow the purple thing, right? Follow this and make sure that you get one of these. Well, he died, so that was a bit weird. So usually you need to pull one of the scorpions whenever he landed. So you take him out and he's stunned and you do some extra damage, because otherwise he just does this. And now usually it's very easy for you to die, by the way. Now, this is a problem. He does this stun, so it interrupted me, and It should explode right now, right at him, and well, it's too close. I mean, not close enough. Well, too bad. So we wanna follow him and try not to kill these guys that fast. So he's supposed to be right here. Yep, that's where he is. Yep. So that was a bit of a miscalculation here, but he's running around again. He's trying. See, he's around here. He's there. He's going there, and he's gonna stay there. Okay, wait. Quick. Oh no, that's too bad. So we got there. So now he's gonna stun us again. Too bad. He's gonna ramp up our big HP and stuff like that. You can't really block this, to be honest. Oops, that's a fail as well. Yeah, we failed the 3-minute mark, but and we should get here, and that's it. Should take him down now. So we did 341. That was like way better than the previous one. Amazingly good. So if you just check here, I think we should be on the list right here. Now rank is 68. So that was huge. The previous one was like 80 something ish. So we had like 5 minutes something. This one we rank 68. That's 341. With the pretty bad gear that I have, just keep that in mind. Let me just check all rankings. If you check them out here, you see we are right here, 68. That's where we are, 341. So a lot of people around this range, 340 something. So I would assume they're very like similar, maybe, I don't know. So here it shows what kind of webs they have. So look at this. Basically 68. Let's just check this out. So the person that's above me is, let's say around the same time, 341. Let's check this out. Check out the weapons, right? Look at their stats. So this one got Nirma's sword, which gives you stun. So the stun is perfect for this build as well. Gives you even more hit chance. Heavy attack chance increase, hit chance increase, mana cost efficiency. That's not super important, but yeah, you have that here. The Greatsword is a Dentus, which we talked about it, that this is going to increase your damage quite a lot more. And look at my weapons. Like, I mean, only the sword actually has crit hit chance and hit chance, but it doesn't have HP or heavy attack chance. And my sword is not even that good. And it doesn't have any traits. The max HP trait is useless here. So you can see with these bad traits, you can just imagine all the other traits as well. You've got, let's just go way higher. Let's say 20 seconds above me. I'm at 341. Let's see somebody that's 320. Let's say 322. This guy, it's 57 in rank. He's from the guild Lost, which actually I think is one of the top guilds on my server anyway. Again, look at this. So he's using Duke Magna Fury Warblade, which is melee heavy attack chance for 6 upon applying stun or shock with stunning blow. So that would be even more important on my build if I get this weapon. I think I have this weapon, it's not upgraded. But again, we're talking about the traits. I'm not sure about the damage things like that, but the traits, look at this. My traits are trash, okay? Compared to these guys. He got also Shadowbox Blade, which is not that relevant particularly for this. I mean, it's more of a cool thing for PvP because of the debuff. But actually, the stat-wise, it's more offensive than mine. This is better. It has higher stats than Karnix. That's actually from Field Boss anyway, so it is a bit better anyway. So this guy is with absolutely devastating, much better weapons than me. And he's 20 seconds faster as well, but only like 12 ranks above. So look at the top guys now. Let's just say somebody's like less than 2 minutes or something. I mean, less than 3 minutes is good enough, but let's see the first few guys. This is exceptional here. We can check it out, but this would we would have to check other things as well. For some reason, he hide the weapons as well. I don't know how you hide your weapons, by the way. Let's say this guy, say Adentus and Nirma. So again, pretty decent stuff. You could be running either this or both of them. And you can check all together. A lot of people, this would rely on other things as well, obviously. But let's just see somebody that's like the furthest one down the line is rank 91. Took him 9 minutes and 53 seconds. So, well, that would make sense, right? I mean, this is way too slow. He's running with regular blue sword, Resonance Blades, which does have some effect, but really is just regular, so the stats are weaker. And he got a regular Greatsword, even though it's epic, and no traits. I mean, the trait is not really useful. That would make sense. Let's see somebody that's like somewhere in this range. Let's say the one that actually passed the 5-minute gap, right? 83, rank 83. Again, pretty much kind of heavy buffed on traits, as you can see. The same sword, by the way, Karnix Netherblade, that's what I'm using. But now they're running Duke Magna Fury Warblade, which is slightly better in my opinion. But again, maxed out traits. So this is the most important thing. If you get maxed out traits, the skills that they're running are not like mine. This boss is a bit of RNG, so don't take that for granted. Also, keep in mind my rotation was not good at all. Like, I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm not a pro player. It's just the theory crafting here. We can check this boss, which is a bit more relevant to DPS checks. So let's just see rankings for this boss. Like, I'm not even on a rank list, by the way. Keep that in mind. Time for yeah. So to get into the rank list, the top 100 are on 352, right? So I can't even see somebody that's worse than me. But we can see this guy's like 1 minute faster than me, obviously. And they're running, again, pretty much, I'm not quite sure about the Chernobog, but I guess this is what it's used. Maybe they use it because of crit hit chance. But again, maxed out traits, and the Greatsword is a bit better as well. But anyway, that was just kind of a preview. Let's check out the ones below 3 minutes here, just to check it out. Like, they run Duke Magna and Karnix. So basically, yeah, they're running any of these, but the number one thing they want to hit is heavy attack chance and crit hit chance on both of them. And for Greatsword, actually, you don't really need max HP, because on default, the default weapon you're going to be using wants to have the max HP. The Greatsword, you're only going to switch between every once in a while whenever you use a skill. Sure, the max HP offensive bonuses will stick to it, but in my opinion, you have a slightly better chance of popping up something more offensive. But I don't know. Maybe they're right. I mean, they're doing better than me, so I'm not saying anything. Anyway, that was pretty much the builds. If I get much better rotation, I might even get a better time. But obviously, as we change the gear and make it slightly better, you will improve that. And yeah, I mean, if you have some suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Anything that I might have made a mistake somewhere, or something that I don't know, that I was not aware, if you can let me know, I'll be grateful for that. And we'll try to further improve the builds and just experiment really, and see if you know, we can make something better out of it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It would be very helpful for me if you subscribe to my channel. See you next time, guys.